Mr. Eno, I'm from the Write Anything agency. My name is Achilles and I'm here too. Ah. Are you okay? Yeah, sorry, it's just my heel. It's been hurting really badly for some days now. Anyways, like I said, my name is Achilles and I'm from the Write Anything agency. I want to hear your case and represent you if it is possible. What's the point? I can't even believe I'm under suspicion for my own friend Barry. How could this happen? Look, I know you're upset right now, but we can prove your innocence in court. But before I do that, I really want to ask you, you really did not have anything to do with what happened to your friend, right? Yes, I had nothing to do with what happened. Okay, that's very reassuring to hear. As a defense attorney, I usually just take on cases for people that claim to be innocent. But with that out of the way, I want to set up some groundwork. We found this next to your friend's body. Seems like some sort of a weird artifact, and it seems like you and your friend had something to do with this artifact. You guys know what this is for. If you don't mind, can you explain to someone like me who doesn't know anything what this is, what this artifact is for? That is a Pokeball from the Pokémon company. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m., me and my friend used to get together and open Pokemon card packs. In this case, we decided to buy these Pokeballs. You can open it. There's Pokemon card packs that you can open in there. Ah, I see. So you can just plop it open. That makes sense. That's interesting, actually. There were some cards in there too, so I found few of these cards in there as well, so that explains what this is for. And you said this belongs to Pokémon. I see. We found this next to your friend's body, but of course this can't be the tool that was used to, of course, attack your friend. It's not sharp enough and it's not hard enough to do something like that. And we looked around, the detectives were feeling a little bit fishy as well about this whole thing, so they looked around and they found this really hard artifact of a cat. Seems like this is what was hit on your friend, and the reason we know this was because this was thrown away in the backyard of the house. And from talking to the parents of Barry, we figured out that this was in Barry's room. So it has to be someone who knows what Barry's room is like to know that there's something hard object like this cat in his room and then attack him with that. So that's some of the evidence that we have seen so far based on the circumstances. Okay. What I want you to do now is give me your testimony. I want to hear everything about what you did at least 30 minutes before your friend passed away. I want to understand what exactly happened on your side of the story. What were the events that took place so that I can establish your innocence. I really need to know the truth, okay? Well, like I mentioned, me and my friend, we were supposed to meet at 7 on Wednesday, like every time. I left my house and arrived at his place by 7:12 to 7:15. I rang his doorbell and nobody answered. I thought that was very weird. So I checked his door and the door was unlocked. So I entered his house and went all the way upstairs to his room, where I just found him laid out on the ground. And while I was processing what happened, my friend was gone, and the police showed up, arrested me on the spot because I was the only person in the house. What a tragedy. It's all my fault. I talked with one of the detectives who mentioned to me that it seems like the crime took place between 6:55 p.m. to 7:10 p.m. and you always show up at 7 p.m. at your friend's house. That's why the prosecution has severe doubt over you. What they're theorizing is that you showed up at 7, took out your friend completely, and then after that pretended like you were there after your friend passed away. And the reason they're saying it is because at 7:01 p.m. your friend Barry called the police saying that he was in danger, but he couldn't finish his sentence. He was attacked, presumably midway through that sentence. So that's the running theory, and I would really like to know from you If you always show up at 7, what was it this time that delayed you so much? What was the hang-up? Well, my wife was feeling a little bit dizzy, so I had to make sure she was alright, and that took some time, and that's why I was late. Usually I do show up at exactly 7, or a little bit earlier. But to know that if I had reached on time, I could have saved my friend's life, or maybe I could have prevented him from being in that really horrible situation, it just breaks my heart. I wish I could have made it there right on time, like always. It's funny you say that. I was talking to your wife before I came here. She was outside, so I had a little bit of chit-chat with her. What you're saying is true. She did have a headache. She was feeling dizzy the day of. But it seems like you gave her some medicine, you gave her some water, and you just went about your way. According to her, this is one of those activities that you look forward to the most. Sometimes you would even leave earlier than your designated time to open card packs with your friend Barry. So then, what was the holdup? Why were you late? Because she said you left exactly on time. And before you mentioned traffic, I did check the traffic statistics as well, and it seems like the traffic was normal, like always. So then why were you late? Yeah. I did leave on time. I did. But on the way, I decided to stop at a gas station to buy some candies and chocolates and chips for my friend and I to eat together once I get to his house and we start opening packs of cards. Yeah, that's why I stopped, and it took me some time. Hold it. I actually got a report from the detectives who looked into your car very meticulously, and they said they did not find any evidence of you having stopped at any gas stations. There was nothing in your car that was out of the ordinary, no wrappers, no food items, no receipts as well. So something's wrong. You better explain yourself right now. I ate everything, and that's why there was nothing left. And I couldn't bring anything to my friend's house because everything was finished. I ate it on the way. Objection! That makes no sense. You just said you bought those items for you and your friend, and now you're saying you just ate everything? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah. Look, you gotta be completely honest with me. I don't want to be your foe. You're thinking of me as your foe. You have to tell me the truth. I want to help you, but I can't help you unless you tell me the truth. Come on, please tell me the truth. What actually happened? Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I did leave on time from my house. I really did. And while I was on the way to my friend's house, I got this number from an anonymous phone number telling me to open my Charizard pack, that there was a ultra rare Charizard card in there. I was really dumbfounded by how that person knew that I had a Charizard card on me. It really is unheard of. How would someone know that? So I got excited and I decided to stop by the side of the road to open up that pack of cards to see if I can get that Charizard card. The Pokeball tin is a little bit hard to open, and that took me like 7 to 10 minutes, and that's why I was late. That really is the truth. I'm not lying to you anymore. So, did you get the Charizard card? No, it was a lie. I didn't get it. So then, why go to such extreme lengths to hide the fact that you opened a pack of Pokemon cards on your way to your friend's house? Stop. To you, it might look like opening a pack of cards, but to me and my friend, it meant the world. We've been doing this for 10 years, and we made this oath the moment we started opening these packs that we're never gonna open a pack without the other person being there. I broke my friend's promise. I opened up that pack out of excitement, and he had to pay the price for it. I should have been the one who should have paid the price for breaking our oath, but he was the one who paid the price. That's why I feel guilty, as if it's divine retribution that I'm the one who's under suspect. I don't know, I should not have done that, and I'm really ashamed of what I did. Interesting. It seems like whoever sent him that message knew that Eno was going to Barry's house, and looks like he also knew that Eno had Pokemon cards on him. Looks like this anonymous texter is closely related to this case. You know, knowing all of this, I would really like to ask you, let me take your case. I want to be your defense attorney when this case actually starts. Yes, I don't mind that at all. You can do it, no worries. Thank you. Now let me ask you this. Can you name me some people that know about you and your friend's hobby of opening Pokemon card packs every Wednesday? Tell me all the people. Name me everyone. Think really hard. My wife knows, and Barry's parents knew that we used to meet on every Wednesday to open up Pokemon card packs, and the shopkeeper as well. The shopkeeper, we've been buying Pokemon cards from him for 10 years now. He knows that we open Pokemon card packs every Wednesday. He's like a friend to us now. But outside of that, I can't think of anyone that would know that we have this habit of opening cards every Wednesday. Well, it can't be his wife or Barry's parents. They've been doing this for 10 years, and the same goes for the shopkeeper as well. Also, there's no motive as well. Or maybe there's a motive I don't know of. Think harder, a little bit more. Is there someone else that you might know? No, really, I can't think of anyone else. Wait. Yes, Jerry. I remember Jerry, yeah. Yeah, there was a guy called Jerry. He was not really a friend, but like a very far friend of me and my friend Barry. We used to meet him once every month maybe. He used to join us sometimes to open up Pokemon card packs. He sometimes didn't bring his own cards, but he would see us open packs and he would just get happy from that. But about a year ago, he had some sort of a disagreement with Barry, and he stopped coming ever since. I always thought it was some sort of a childish disagreement, like which Pokemon's better or just about Pokemon in general, so I didn't give it much thought, but he hasn't come in here for a year, so there is that guy. He probably knows that we still do it. That is an interesting lead. However, it seems quite obvious as well. If I were to ask you, why do you think anybody would hurt your friend? Do you think there could be a motive that you can think of? Well, I don't know, but if you're talking about it from the perspective of a thief maybe, then it does make sense because Barry's Pokemon card collection was actually very extensive. He had some very rare Pokemon cards. He had like some cards that were worth about $500. So he had a pretty in-depth Pokemon card collection. And if I were to estimate how much the whole card set would cost, I would think probably like $20,000. That's how much his cards were worth if you took every single card. So that could be a reason why a thief would break into his house and steal his cards. I mean, of course, they would have to know that these cards are valuable, which I know, but they wouldn't know, right? What? Those cards are worth that much? Do people really pay that much money for Pokemon cards? Surprisingly, yes. Some people have no idea how rare some of these cards are. The rarer the card, the more expensive it is. And a lot of people that don't collect cards, they just think it's artwork on a piece of cardboard. But if you find a rare card, it's really worth a lot of money, especially if you keep it in good condition as well. Wait, doesn't that give Eno a motive to take out his friend? If he knew Barry's card deck was valuable, it can be used as a motive against him. He even acknowledged knowing how expensive Barry's cards were. The wall seems to be getting thin on him. It's good that you know this, but just between you and me, it's gonna be really bad for you if the prosecution finds out that you know all this stuff. This is a very clear motive that they can imply on you, saying that you knew how valuable these cards are, and that's why you attacked your friend. Just want you to know that. Oh my god. Will I be okay? I feel like all these things are just set up to make me be the main culprit. Getting caught at the scene of the crime, knowing that the cards are worth a lot of money. Someone knew that there was a sharp object in my friend Barry's house. And of course that points toward me as well. And then me saying that I was late this one time out of all the weeks that I go to his house. And then Barry calling at 7:01, which is usually when I'm there, but at his home. It's all conveniently pointing at me, like I'm feeling afraid. Will I be okay? Well, I'm gonna do my absolute best. I can't guarantee you anything, but if you're innocent, I'm gonna make sure within my power to do everything I can to get you out of this situation. You gave me some interesting leads. I think I'm gonna start by talking to Barry's parents again, then probably to your wife. And I think I might also go and talk to the Pokémon card shop that you've been going to for the last 10 years. And then your friend Jerry. Well, he used to be your friend. He seems like kind of an interesting lead. I would go and have a conversation with him as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to take this recording that I've done, go back to the Write Anything agency, talk to Mr. Phoenix Wright, talk to some other co-workers as well, like Mr. Apollo, and see what they have to say. This is very interesting, but from what I can see, someone's trying to frame you, and we gotta figure out who it is, and make sure you can come back out of this jail and live a free life again. But for now, this is everything. I'll be going, and I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning, okay? Alright, keep your chin up. You're completely fine. Don't worry, and don't feel bad for your friend. It's not your fault. Thank you. I'll do my best to get some rest. I still feel so bad for Barry. I hope he can forgive me for not being on time this time. But I hope he can find the person who did this at the same time.